Hi, my name is Patrice Anderson. I will be sharing with you my culture chest and the items that represent my core identity inside and out. As you see, my name is on my hat. This is some gear from my school. I work in education. I've been working in education for about 15 years now. I love working with students. I feel like I resonate with them more than I resonate with adults, because I want to be there to serve the purpose for them. I had a really, really memorable person that was with me through high school and mostly all of my education. I've always connected with some type of educator at my school that helped me to get through some of the challenges of my life. My mom passed away at an early age, and so with her absence, there were many adults that kind of tried to fill that void and was very helpful to keep me in school and to keep me pushing and accomplishing my dreams and goals. So I always wanted to be that for the next child. All right, so let's get into the box. So as you see on the outside, you see, let's start with Oprah and Jay-Z. They represent wealth for me, wealth and even being an African American, because most people think that I'm wealthy. They think that the way I dress, hence why I got the pair of shoes on here, and my box is an actual Nike shoe box, because they see I'm kind of fashionable. I love a good pair of sneakers. And they see those things, and they see me travel, they see me do all of these different things around the world, and just in my daily life, and they assume that I have a lot of money. I work very hard, I have a decent life, but I'm not Rockefeller, I'm not I'm not that type of wealthy, I'm not famous or anything, but I do make connections, and I do put myself in places where as though I will someday be just as wealthy as those people. But that's something that people judge me on a lot of times, and I'm like, I don't have it, but someday I will. And so, also growing up, not to say poor, but in a inner city, or not even just in the inner city, but we had some financial challenges growing up, so I wasn't always able to afford the best sneakers and the best clothes, and wore a lot of hand-me-downs, and not that I'm not proud of those things, because they made me appreciate all the things I have now, but I do gift myself certain things because I couldn't afford those things when I was younger, and so I make sure that I work hard to be able to afford those things and many, many more. The other part is the rainbow flag or the pride flag. I am a lesbian woman, so I represent that, to all capacities, to support everyone that may not fit into the norms, whether it's your sexuality, whatever it may be. But definitely, I go a lot more deeper in my paper to explain all the challenges I face being a lesbian. And so it's a lot at times, but at the same time, it has come so far. Sexuality has come so far, and I'm grateful for the advancement and the acceptance that has happened. So yeah, on top, we have Mary McLeod Bethune. She is definitely someone that I aspire to be like. She opened up her own first school for African American girls. I hope to, make that type of change in the world, to step away from this patriarchal education system that we've had for forever and a day, that really isn't serving our youth as best as they should be served. So that's something that I aspire in a few years to be able to do, is open up my own school for at-risk students, to be able to support them in all their needs to be the most successful. Black Lives Matter. Black is so important. Being African American is so important. I am grateful to be African American, no matter the challenges that we have faced as a people, but I am grateful for my blackness. So yeah, and we can go into a lot of that later on, but it's a very tough spot, right, sore spot right now for me, in the nation that we're in right now and the things that we're going through. Lastly is the lion. If you see me, I'm about 6 feet tall, 250 pounds. I'm a big woman. And some people always stereotype and say, are you a man? And this, that, and the other. And it's like, no, I'm not a man. Never want to be a man. Hats off to men, but I'm just a strong black woman. And a lot of people think that I'm very mean because I don't smile when I'm out. And it's not intentional. It's just my face. But I am very strong. I'm a leader. I am everything that a lion represents. I'm going to go get it. I'm going to protect my family. And so most people always, resonate. And I'm a Leo, so shout out to Leos and to being a lion. But it just represents the courage that it takes to hold it down and to be, so strong. So yeah. All right, let's get into the inside of my box. Okay. My first thing is that represents my identity. For me, is my inner identity is my blackness. So I chose some Blue Magic hair grease. One, because this definitely, it has, how can I say this? The memories that come behind this Blue Magic hair grease, from which my parents getting me dressed and making me so important to know that, your outer appearance, it matters a lot to who you are and to who other people think you are and how far you go in life. And so my family and my blackness and everything that stands behind these type of memories, it shapes who I am on my inside and out. No matter if my parents are here or not, I still carry them with me, and they help to shape and to make sure that I don't forget, where I come from and how black is important and being black is important. And so I'm grateful for this, and this is the item that I chose to represent my race. This is Blue Magic. If you know about it, you know how important this is to African Americans and our hair and the journey and everything else. Next item is my sexuality. It is a lighter from one of my events that I had. I do have a dominant lesbian podcast that I created to help dominant lesbian women like myself who may not necessarily be accepted even in the gay community, may not be as accepted. So I've always been intentional about creating my own platforms and creating my own social circles so that I don't have to worry about fitting in. And so I created this 2020, and during 2020, during the pandemic. And although I'm not as into it now, I don't really have a lot of time while being in school, but I still have put a lot of work into this podcast, and it serves a great purpose for women like myself. Next is religion and spirituality for me. I chose this book instead of the Bible. I said the Bible in my paper, but I chose this book because when I was having some issues, and I talk about my journey with spirituality in my paper, I chose this because it was, how can I say, tools like this with like just the daily devotional and Joyce Meyer. I read her devotionals every day that help me to get through, as I may have not been able to just read the Bible or whatever at that time or really understand it. It was daily devotionals that connected me to passages in the Bible to help to shape who I am and guide me through life's challenges. Next is my social status. I chose the key to my house because I am the first homeowner in my family. While my family with a second home, I'm the first generation for my siblings, but my grandparents own homes. But my parents unfortunately weren't able to own homes because they, passed away so early. So for me, this is a big thing for me. I'm the first out of all the grandkids on both sides of my family to own a home. And it's a very nice home in a very prevalent area. And I worked hard for this. And so it shows my social status that I'm not lower class or anything like that. I'm a working class, striving to be upper class. And so I just wanted to share that I work hard for mine. And lastly was family. It's my wedding ring. This is much more than just my identity. If anyone is married who watches this, you understand that your identity changes from yourself to being a person that serves and selfless. When you have mouths to feed or just other people to love, that really shapes who you are and your total being in life and purpose. You change to be the best person for them. And so just being married and just, supporting my family is amazing to me, and that's something that I most enjoy and continues to shape me each and every day that I show up to serve the students, my staff, my family, my daughters, everybody. It continues to make me to want to be a better person, but it has its challenges as well. We've been discriminated on because we are a lesbian family, and certain things I can't just go out and do, like have a child, and the planning and preparation that goes into that some people do have bias and different discriminations against, but it's all worth it in the end, and I continue to overcome all of the obstacles, and again, not fitting into any social groups, but creating my own. When people do not want to accept who I am and being a gay, black, lesbian, God-fearing woman, I'm not always accepted into certain social groups. So I've learned to create my own families. When I was disowned from my own family, so it's a journey, and I'm grateful to be sharing this with you all, even though I'm never this sharing and I'm a very private person. But thank you for this opportunity, and I hope you enjoyed.